something a little different. Normally for Halloween, I try to play some PT. So normally I try to play some PT, but tonight we're going to do something a little different. What we're going to do is we are starting a brand new model, one of a kind. I'm saying right now, one of a kind model from Lethal Shadows. They are a tabletop mini printing company that I had a chance to visit and say hello to during PAX East this past June. Yeah, maybe June. Cool people. They're the ones who provided the model that we've been painting for a while now, like Mr. Nacho here. But tonight, we're going to paint something pretty dope that you really can't find anywhere else, and I'm so excited. It's Halloween, end of spooky season, but the start of the holiday season. So we're going to be painting from Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie Boogie. And he's a specialized Oogie Boogie model that is battle ready, more or less. So that's what we're painting tonight. I am very excited about this model. The music's louder than me. Hang on 1 second. Oh, I know why. There we go. That should be better. I had the wrong mic selected. That's my fault. Yep, that's my fault. I have a double mic set up. I had to set up the... All good? Yep, all good. You had to set up the blue snowball. But it is Halloween, so most of you have gone trick-or-treating already, and hopefully the kids are in bed, so grab yourself a beverage. Let's chill out. Let's paint some models, and let's tell some ghost stories, especially those of you who are joining me in the Tiki-Taki world. I would love for you to join me. Join my Discord so we can tell some ghost stories, but I want you guys to tell the ghost stories while I paint. I'm not going to tell them. I mean, I'll tell them if there's no one else around, but yeah, I want to hear what type of ghost stories some of y'all got. Because it's fun, it's Halloween, let's have fun, some fun. So, cheers. Let's get our night started. Ooh, nice and chilly. And let's get to our model. So here is Oogie Boogie. Why does... Yes, you have told me about the Alpine Portal. I remember it. Give me a second. Configure video. There we go. Apply. Okay. For some reason, like the... Yet they found a body at the Alpine Portal. Get the fuck out of here. Like what kind of body? Really? Huh. Alright, so I think we're going to start with some detail work first. So we're going to paint the eyes black, the mouth black, and the stitching black first before we paint any other models stuff. So let's get that underway. Let me wet my brush, make sure it's nice and good. Brush also provided by Lethal Shadows, and it's got my name on it, as you can see. But alright, let's find good color black, shall we? There we go. Abandoned black. I am painting a specialized magnolia, Oogie Boogie, from a company called Lethal Shadows. That's what we're painting tonight. That's going to be our nice Halloween painting, and also maybe, you know, tell some ghost stories. If you have a ghost story that you want to tell me, the link to my Discord is in the bio. And I just want you to join the Discord. Let's create a voice chat, and I want you to tell me your story. But Cthulhu in the Purple app said that A missing 36-year-old man from Alpine, New York was found deceased in the woods of Connecticut Hill State Forest in Newfield, New York in October 2025. The body was discovered by search crews after his car was located in a parking area. This follows a separate 2016 incident where a missing Newfield woman, Caroline Weeks, was also found dead in a remote area of Connecticut Hill about 150 yards from her car. Fuck that noise. That is not cool. Let's go full screen really quick. And let's mix our paint. It's been a couple months since I painted anything, but my paint should still be okay. But let's give them a nice shake. And we'll start painting Oogie Boogie. At least some small... We'll see how far we can get. I don't go up there, never found it, but I'm good. Fuck that noise. Yeah, fuck that noise in particular. No bueno, senor. No bueno. Alright. How's the moving going, by the way? There we go. Let's get some black out here. I'll switch over to build cam in 2 seconds. I just want to make sure I got enough here. Perfect. That's probably a little overkill, but it should be okay. Alright, let's go back to build cam. Let's go back to Oogie Boogie. Let's take a nice look at them. I see some red from the spray prime I kind of missed, but that's okay. I think we should be able to cover that easy. Let's start easy. Let's start with his eyes first. His mouth and some of the detail of the stitching. Still waiting for the house to sell. Once it sells, Audi 5000. That's good, man. Well, I'm happy for you, bro. I really wish you all the best. I wish I got to meet you and hang out before you moved, but you know what? Visiting you in Florida is not a bad deal either. There we go. Perfect. Florida's a good place to visit. You are right. Yeah, if I'm visiting you, hanging out with my boy in Florida, can show me all the nerdy sights and sounds. Keep me out of too much trouble. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. Monkey Ranch. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, eyes are done. So I'm doing the eyes first because when I come back around with like the dark gray color, it should give us a good coverage. Did I miss that part of the eye? No, that's just a weird... No, that is part of his eye. Yeah, der. So how was everyone's Halloween? Did people trick or treat, do stuff, have fun? Like how'd it go? There we go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Og9. So, Mrs. Menace and I, thank you for asking. Akileska? Wow, that's a cool name. We took baby Menace out trick-or-treating. She's 18 months, actually 19 months today, but she thoroughly enjoyed it. We didn't get that much candy because, you know, she kind of As you know, babies have a shelf life, and she had a slight meltdown, but she had a lot of fun being out there in the woods. I think she is a Halloween, at least I feel like she's a Halloween fan, so I am excited and happy about that. Yeah, she had a lot of fun. Cthulhu, I'm going to build my first kit tomorrow in a while. I just picked up one for those new My Zoom kit. Ooh, Zoids kits that just came out. That I've heard of them only by name. I have not seen them myself. Someone else at work told me about it. He wanted to buy one and put one in his cubicle. But I myself don't know enough about them to really comment. So, spooky story, chat, but Mrs. Menace was saying while we were with the baby that she was seeing like a weird hand wave at her and say hello. And I do believe the baby does have the, I guess you call the gift of sight to see stuff. You lost your old login. Oh no. Hey, babe. Are you on your computer or are you on your phone? Ah, got it. Hang on. So soon, within January, I'm going to move to a new... Oh, the thing where young ones and animals can see beyond the veil? Right. Yeah. Because, you know, it's Halloween, so the veil's super thin this time of year. The thinnest it will ever be. And... Ooh, that's good. Let's see how many of those I can drink before I start messing up the model. And my wife kept on thought while she was with the baby, she kept on seeing like a hand almost trying to get the baby's attention and wave high, like at the corner of her eye. Now here's the thing that's kind of creepy. The baby was having a ball. Like, she was really enjoying herself, and it sounded like she was saying hi and bye to someone while we were walking with her. So, did she see something? Did she not see something? I don't know. But she did have a good time. That's all that matters. Whether or not she was able to pierce the veil, and I fucking hate that band. Mrs. Menace saw it twice, so once I thought it was the reflection of the lights on my glasses, but then I saw it again. Ooh, spoopy. Alright, so like I said, we're going to do the detail work on Oogie Boogie first. Now, if you remember from the movie, Oogie Boogie has like a detail that's not on this particular model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something kind of like cross-hatching on him to create that detail. I'm going hungry. Yeah. All right, cool. So we got that stitching in. Perfect. Alright, so we got the mouth, the eyes, the stitching. Let's paint wet the brush again. Sorry, I keep on moving the model away. Oh, thank you, Achillesa. All right, beautiful. Oof. All right. So obviously I was watching the movie right before stream because, I want to make it the family tradition of... I like traditions, personally. I didn't have enough growing up. I love just doing stuff for the sake of, just having a tradition. You know what I mean? I love it. So one of the ones I want to start with the baby, and hopefully she loves it as she gets older, is literally watching The Nightmare Before Christmas after trick-or-treating. But yeah, we're watching Night Before Christmas before the stream, just so I can get an idea of like more of what Oogie Boogie looks like in his paint scheme. And I was telling my wife, he has like I thought he was like, because I have to paint the gray a certain color before I put in like the color I want to use for the fabric, and I'm probably going to use either Zandari Dust or something similar. I still have to see what I want to use for it. Do I want to use Rucksack Tan? Nah, I think that's too tan. Because it's like an off-white, his color. And... ooh, I might even use Gray Cedar, maybe. But I basically have to go in there and like almost like cross-hatch it a little bit. And I'm not sure what would be the best base color for him before I do the cross-hatching. Because I thought he had a brown base, but it looks like from the movie he has a black base. But he's supposed to be burlap, and burlap has more of a brown like undertone. You know what I mean? So it's like I have to decide before I do it, which that's going to be tonight. I was hoping the detail work would take me longer, but I was mistaken. And the one cool thing about these models, which is absolutely true, you just have to have a very skilled hand sometimes, is there's not one point in the model you cannot reach. You can paint every point of the model, which I think is fantastic and not something you see often or at all with tabletop minis. Like sometimes you literally will see stuff you can't get to, and you have to like tear the base off or whatever to get to it. I mean, granted, I don't have the base on this one, so that's what makes it easier. But it's very interesting. Now the goal is not to finish Oogie Boogie tonight. I would have had to started way earlier for that, and that would have cut into trick-or-treating with Baby Menace. The goal... but he's not green though. He glows green, but his actual body is like a gray burlap color. Because that's the weird part about Oogie Boogie in the movie. He's not green. He just glows green under the black light. So that's like the weird part about him. I almost played PT tonight. I was thinking about it because I know that's my go-to. But I've had this model chilling for like a while, and I want to start him like during October because he's probably going to carry us right into December. I'm assuming, but I never had a chance to start him, and I figured what better night than Halloween, so here we are. But I do feel like I'm missing playing PT. But there's always next year. That's correct, Isaiah. I never see him on Fridays. It's a special Halloween stream. That's why I'm on today. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to paint over that anyway. Perfect. Okay. So we got the eyes and the stitching done. Those are going to be like the crazy important parts. Let's set him down for a second. Now, this is the last model we painted that I still have to finish. But we're probably going to finish him in January because I really want to get started on Oogie Boogie. There's a lot of little like stuff I still got to finish on him, which you really don't notice. I notice. So I'm excited for that. Oh yeah, been a while since you painted too. It has been a while since I painted. I've been eager to get back to it. It's just, I don't know, model painting is very... And I had someone else say it on the red app with you when you were hanging out with me once, Isaiah. My streams, even when I play video games, even the spooky video games are very chill. You know what I mean? They're very, very chill. Alright, so now comes our moment of truth. Do we do the rucksack tan for... So one of these is going to be our top color, either the ruck sand or the Zandari dust. I feel like he looks better with the Zandari dust personally, but let's see what we got for colors. Hopefully nothing dried too much while I was away. Because that's the other thing I've learned about a lot of these model paints is like you really got to keep them shook. That's true, Cthulhu told his already. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think too many people are going to be on tonight, but that's okay. I do enjoy those of you who are on tonight. So for those of you who made it tonight and are hanging out, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you are here. All right. So we got that. We got our abandoned black out of the way. What do we want to use for our base color? For Oogie Boogie. So did I have some house shenanigans that happened here recently? I don't know if Dave talked about it. I kind of sort of did on Tiki Taki, but not anywhere else. So bombs away, babe. So if I do, I have two colors for the base coat that we can go with. I can either go, because remember, I'm going to cross hatch it to give it that textured look to him. I'm just shaking shit right now like it owes me rent. We can either base it with the German gray, which is like an off gray. I use it often, probably more than I should, when it comes to painting models. Sorry about that. I didn't have it in view. So we can either go with that, or we can go with the brown here. Now, I can't do both, I don't think. It won't look... I mean, I probably could, but I don't think I'll make it look good. So we either have, like, the German gray or, like, the orange-brown. I just don't know which one to go with. I want to go with them. I thought I had something else, though, for it. I'm trying to remember what I got. Love is what I got. I'm missing a gray. No, I'm not. It's in my little box of tricks. Hang on a second. Oh. Yeah, I usually don't have any plans. Well, being a single man, you don't know friends. You don't have any plans, so sadly. That's alright, man. That happens often. you're a single dude doing single dude stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. Trust me, you'll get to the point where you start doing stuff, having fun and stuff. I'm not saying starting a family yet, but you know, you'll get to a point where you start having fun with things and stuff. I cried today watching Nightmare Before Christmas because I was starting a new tradition with my family. That felt fucking amazing. So that was good. It's good. That's good. Mrs. Menace, a few times I have super randomly bumped into it. I never scared of it. In fact, I was rushing out of the bedroom to get to the baby that was trashing the room, and I saw it and I yelled, I don't have time for your movie. I remember that. All right. I'm gonna go with this because in the movie he has like gray undertones to the burlap. And I don't see or feel it for weeks, and I think it hurts feelings. Probably. Okay. All right, everyone. Let's pray. All right. I probably should have started a new brush with this guy too, but it's all good. All right, perfect. Let's get a little water into the paint so that way it flows nicely. The real triumph. Also, another time we couldn't find the source of a perfume. Oh, yes, the perfume smell. That was very recent. That was spooky. So, yeah, long story short, I was at a dining room table hanging out. I forgot what else. I think I was eating breakfast or something, or even lunch. And this strong scent of perfume came like wafting by and stopped like close to us. And it was basically concentrated where I was sitting. This perfume smell. Now it smelled like old lady perfume, like grandma perfume. You know what I'm talking about? Like something your grandma would wear from back in the day. It smelled like that. And we couldn't find the source of it, but it stayed concentrated on where I was sitting. It's very plausible that it could have came from the outside, but we have a second floor condo, so for it to somehow come wafting in from outside from the first floor is almost impossible, in my opinion. It smelled like that Avon perfume. Yeah, basically, yes. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Cthulhu. Like roses, floral. Basically, yeah. For those of you watching, yes, I know Oogie Boogie is like a white burlap. I'm doing a base coat. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe I'm scared. Although to Cthulhu's point, making him green probably would have been the way to go. Also, I don't have like a fluorescent green. Well, I do have a fluorescent green actually. This shit is literally fluorescent green and it glows in the dark under black light. So I probably could have done it. God damn it. Whatever. If I find another one, if I somehow find another Oogie Boogie that they make, I'll do it. But this was exclusive to PAX, so I don't know. Well, I am just putting the base color, so I could make him green. Damn it. I don't know now. I don't know what I want to do. Fuck a duck. Because I do have the fluorescent green. Let me, I don't know now. Let me see what I want to do after I paint the base coat. Because I could do the green. It would look cool. So let me think about it. I could literally put him under black light too. If and when I display him. So, but let me think about that. The green, fuck. Damn you, Cthulhu, putting these ideas in my head. I was hell bent on making them that burlap, like, brownish gray, but here we are. Look what you've done, my bugs. I didn't, not on here. Basically, my wife helped the baby, all 19 months old of her, toilet paper my room. Which I think is amazing. Do 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 do. I do have colors that are slightly darker. I don't know, Cthulhu. Because I could do emerald green for like the main pinstriping or the cross hatching, and then like the fluorescent green for like the highlights. And so that's what I would. Fuck a duck. I don't know now. I am like completely verklempt. Commercial break. I want to leave it up to the chat, but I don't know how many people in chat we got fully on all the chats. This is not flowing good and proper. Let's get you to flow good and proper. Ooh, do the jacket with neon green and purple. That's a good idea. Ah, shit. I just found some. I forgot his feet had stitching. Alright, let me clean my brush off real quick. That's what that was on that side, you dumb fuck. You covered the stitching. You stupid fuck. Alright, hang on. Hang on. Let me clean off my brush and do the stitching again for the black. Meow, 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 meow. Anyway, here's wonderful. I don't believe that anybody likes to. Alright. Okay, let's get that stitching. Alright, let's do this. Balls of steel. I'll shit down her neck. Alright, stitching on that side. Let's do the stitching on this side. Perfect, okay. Perfect, alright. I'm going to do the best I can. Cause I'm the Oogie Boogie man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cause I'm the Oogie Boogie man. Oogie Boogie theme song is my favorite, second favorite song on Nightmare Before Christmas. My favorite is Kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus. I want to do it. Let's rush straws. Do 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 do, Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo boop doo. I gotta find a better camera soon. I keep on saying that. When I move into my new office, I'm gonna save some money. I'm gonna get a better camera for all this stuff because I keep on moving the model like different places so I can see it better. I think that's better for now until I move it somewhere else it doesn't need to be. Cause I'm the Oogie Boogie man. Hang on, let me check my stream, make sure it's saying the thing it needs to say. Give me 2 seconds, friends. I apologize. I'll make sure the right thing is on. And it is perfect. I did save it. Good, 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 good. Very good, yes. Balls of steel. I'll shit down her neck. I can't cast that here. Hut. I mean, yeah, on these models you can get to almost every single spot, but motherfucker, is it tough. There we go. Mr. Gideon, you're not paying attention. Times like this, I wish I had an airbrush because I made this some short work of doing the base coat. But whatever, we here now. So now the base coat's probably going to take me the longest time to do on this guy. But I'm hoping if my idea is correct, it'll look good. Jack, I thought you was dead. You must be double dead. Oh, hang on. There we go. Tiki-taki almost kicked me off. So I got a new lens today, guys. It came in a 35mm for my DSLR. Or it came in yesterday, rather. I was taking photos of it. It's a pretty nice camera if I do our lens. So I have an old DSLR, a Nikon D5100. It's probably almost 15 years old, but it's still a good DSLR. Like, it's a nice, solid camera, and it was like a step before you went to the more professional cameras. Now, I'm a hobbyist. I don't need a professional camera. But I do love taking cosplay photos and going to events and taking photography. And for the longest time, I've been using a 50mm, which is great. However, I learned very recently that my DSLR has a crop sensor. So the 50mm is more like a 75mm, which explains why sometimes I had to back up really far to get the full shot that I wanted. But then I found a 35mm that fits my camera and the sensor. So it's an actual 35mm, not like a 55 or anything, or a 60mm after. And it's pretty good. Am I still going to use the 50mm for like portraits and things? Absolutely. That's not going to change. But I've been using the same camera for years, and I just learned it's like a crop sensor, which says a lot of not good things on my part. But that's okay. That's part of the learning process, right? We grow because we keep on learning, and that's how we do it. Ham radios. One year for Halloween. I'm not sure when or how, but I will do a live ghost hunt somehow. It will happen eventually. Like I said, I'm not sure when or how, but it will happen. Hang on. Let me just move just slightly. Right there. There we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was correct. The base coat's gonna take me all night. That's okay. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my ears. Big money. Lightweight, baby. Lightweight. Chill ASL to be a lurker, not gonna lie. AS. It's a chill. It's a chill stream. I even. Let me go full screen. Get my armor rest. Hang on 1 second. Even like for like all my video game stuff, I have to keep it chill. I don't know, because even though I'm playing like something action packed or something spooky, whatever that may be, I still keep it chill. You know, like I don't know, I'm just chill. Granted, I have to stay quiet because my daughter's sleeping in the next room, or Mrs. Menace would be sleeping in the next room, so I gotta keep it super, super quiet. But you know. But it's a fun stream. It's a good stream. I enjoy it. I enjoy the paint nights. I just wish I had... If I could somehow fit it in. Like, I love gaming. But I wish I could fit in, like, a second day of painting. Like, I just don't know where I could. Maybe Sunday nights? Because, you know, Sunday's a chill night. And do it, like, every other Sunday or something. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure something out for a third night of streaming, second night painting. Because I like the painting. It's fun. It's very therapeutic for me. And I feel like it's very therapeutic for other people who are watching. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously you're enjoying it. Like, you're here hanging out. What would you rather be? 8 foot tall with 100 pounds or be 4 foot and 300 pounds? Whoa, 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 whoa. So we gotta... That's a good question. We have there's things we have to examine with that question and with the answer. 100 pounds or 300 pounds of what? 8 foot tall and 100 pounds, that's very unhealthy. However, 4 foot tall, 300 pounds could be very muscular. Scary muscular, but muscular nonetheless. Maybe not the healthiest of muscle, but... And I'm thinking like, not a bodybuilder, I'm thinking about like a power lifter that weighs 300 pounds, like 300 pounds of raw strength. Yeah, but like at 4 feet tall, 300 pounds, like solid, that's a huge beast. A very huge beast. I don't know, I'd rather be 4 foot tall and 300 pounds. Like 8 feet tall, 100 pounds, that's, in my opinion, borderline unhealthy. Borderline unhealthy, in my opinion. Like, so I'm 6'2". Oh, my shirt? So it's from a tattoo place I love to go to called Grindhouse. So it's Baphomet, basically. So this artwork here was done by my friend... Mike Falsigno. Mike Falsigno is the guy who inspired me to do art. So I blame him for all this. He's also the guy who does most of my tattoo work as well. Like all like the cool like spooky stuff. He's the one who does all of that. And yeah, he does really good artwork. Really good artwork. He's the one who inspired me to do art and to pursue like this lifestyle. And he opened up a tattoo shop many years ago. And I asked him, hey, can you do my first tattoo? And he did this bad boy. This is my first tattoo. This is my old logo when I used to do more artwork, like sketching and painting and whatnot. That's also where I got this portrait. I don't know if I can see. There you go. There you go. You can kind of see it, but that's my mom. So yeah, he does good art. He does good artwork there. He also did my Jason Voorhees wearing a Santa outfit. He did all my Star Wars stuff, like my Tupaca, Juan Cholo, Princess Loca, like all that crazy stuff. Twitch chat, would you rather fight 4 12-year-olds or 12 4-year-olds? Either way, it's a lose-lose situation because they're fighting for... Okay, what kind of 4-year-olds are we fighting? Are they like ravenous 4-year-olds, grew up like in the jungles, know how to use like the like environment to their advantage, you know? Or are they 4-year-olds that kind of grew up on the cul-de-sac? You know, what kind of 4-year-olds are we talking about here? Same thing with the 4 12-year-olds. Like, nowadays, a 12-year-old's almost my height. I'm average height nowadays. You know how weird it is to say 6'2" is average height? 6'2" is now average height. So, if you beat up the 12 4-year-olds, you feel like shit because you just beat up a bunch of 4-year-olds and you have kids crying. But if you get your ass beat by 4 12-year-olds, what kind of person are you? That's how I look at it. So yeah. Ooh, Cthulhu. Oh. And that's how Dave gets canceled. He said, not to be sick, but like a bat to the head of a 4-year-old ravenous or not. Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. A better question would be, not a better question, sorry, I hate to put it that way. The question I always love asking people randomly is, how many 5th graders can you take down before they take you down? You can use whatever falls out of their backpacks as weapons. So the backpack itself, book, you know, whatever. And if you have to, if they're small enough or big enough, you can use another 5th grader to beat another 5th grader with. So how many 5th graders can you beat down before they take you down? Me personally, I would use intimidation as a factor. So I would try to intimidate as many as I could as I Spartan kick them out of existence. I'm not saying it's the best plan. And this is, again, how Dave gets canceled. I'm not saying it's the best plan, but it is a plan, I guess. I don't know. I guess that works. Ooh, that hit hard for some reason at the end. But I think I could probably take down a solid 10 5th graders before they bring me down. I want to say. Because, yeah, you can dust like the first couple and I'll scare a couple, but they're still going to come after you. So I think about 9 or 10 5th graders I can take down before they take me down, before like the 8th grader boss battle shows up, you know? That's how I look at it. And again, that's how Dave got canceled. Back to building our dude. That was a nice little break, a little segue. Because that's what we do here on Data Beer Mass. We talk about very weird shit. was a good one. Would you rather have what? Would you rather fight for would you rather fight for duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? That one's always my favorite. Because yeah, they're the horse. You would rather fight a horse-sized duck? Why? Because the meat. Fair. I don't like duck, believe it or not. Jen has tried to get me into duck for years, and I'm not a fan of duck. I'm not. Quack. Let's go. That was good. I like the painting streams. People actually communicate during the painting streams. My gaming streams, not so much, but painting streams, people have fun. I think because the vibe is so chill. At least that's I'm hoping it is. I don't know, because I feel like if you fight 4 duck-sized horses, they can still probably kick like motherfuckers. So like you're getting hit now. I mean, they're small, but you're still getting hit kind of hard, you know. So. Gotta stop doing that. We're right here, David. Right here. Yep. Yep. Cause I'm the Oogie Boogie man. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my tears, my ears. Horse-sized duck. Would you rather have hair the color of seaweed, but you can never dye it, or hair the texture of seaweed, but you can never cut it? That's the answer I want to know. Which would you rather have? Hair the texture of seaweed or hair the color of seaweed? But if it's the color, you can never dye it, and if it's the texture, you can never cut it. You're definitely going with the color? Okay. I think I would too. Right? Just ugh. I think of all times I've gone like swimming, hair color because we are talking like Japanese seaweed, because that's almost black. Now I'm talking about American New England off the coast of the Pacific or Atlantic seaweed, like it's green. Sensory issues go ugh. No, I'm with you right there. Like, I'm not a sensory kid, but just every time I've gone swimming and like getting out of the water and a piece of seaweed on my face, like just ugh, gross. Black hole sun. Unless we're old Greg, then seaweed hair. I'm old Greg. Do you like Bailey's? What? So I would slay the horse-sized duck for the duck fat and have seaweed texture. You, babe, you would honestly have seaweed textured hair? Really? I have never seen old Greg. The amount of duck fat flavored popcorn and eggs I can make. I was like, you like duck. I don't like duck. Old Greg. Why does old... It does sound familiar, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Jen should watch Old Greg and tell you what she thinks. Cthulhu has asked you to do something weird, babe, on the internet. Will you answer the call? Hang on 1 second. There's a piece on him that's bothering the hell out of me. Bastardo. I mean, it'll come off, but still. As I'm here, like, polishing my brush. That sounds so wrong. So for those of you who never had a 3D printed model, sometimes little, like, filaments or artifacts get stuck on the model. They need to cut and sand before you begin painting. Now, it's not too necessary depending on where that leftover filament is or that artifact. But especially where it is on him, it's not necessary. But it's bothering the ever-living shit out of me. So we're going to cut it off. Alright. So you can kind of see it on him. Probably not, but... Did I get it? I got it. I got it. Okay. And I saw it somewhere else. There on the collar. There you go. But these little artifacts that sometimes appear on 3D prints. They're not too detrimental. And most of the time, people won't even notice they're there. But I notice, and it bothers the ever-living shit out of me. Alright, good. I got all the pieces. Perfect. Alright. Add. We gotta get Jen her old profile back, because now she's seeing how the other people see it. I had her in her old profile as a VIP. And now she's seeing what the other side sees. All right. And we're back. The Mighty Boosh. That's a name I feel like Obi-Wan. That's a name I have not heard in a long time. Long time. Let me know when the next ad break is. I mean, stream's probably over in about 20 minutes as it is, but I want to get a drink of water. We had pizza tonight, and I'm like a little parched. A little parched. I think sometimes you forget Cthulhu, but Mrs. Menace is a down bitch. Like, she has seen some stuff. More stuff than I have. In fact, we fell in love at a Guar show. I love telling that story. You don't bring a date to a Guar show. It's a good tale, gives hope to all other lovers. And just people who are into the weird and macabre. Force of Awesome Games? Force of Awesome Games. Tell me by yourself. That's a cool name. And they bounced out. Damn it. That was such a cool name, too. Force of Awesome. Dave running around like 07. What's 07? A key. Dave running around like a 6-year-old. No, someone else in the other chat. We could do some watercolors together, you and I. Salute. Oh. You out? You taking off? Keep in mind, folks, I have 3 different chats going right now. Only 2 are active, but those 2 are very active and have cool people in them, so I appreciate everyone who's here tonight. Ma, Rip the Man just dipped. Akileska, I am not smart enough at this hour to understand what you just meant. Please define that a little more for me, please. Most of my brain function is going into, most of my processing power is going into like painting this model and keeping the stream alive. I am not a smart man. Oh, the cool user that just joined and jumped off. Oh, yeah. See, I'm not smart enough to realize that's exactly what you're talking about. See, you were doing a fantastic job of responding to what happened. I was doing a shit job of not understanding it. Or of understanding it. I did a good job of not understanding. I can't words right now. Paint, monkey, paint. So for those of you who are here on Halloween, you are the special people. I'm definitely not talking about, you know, well, we are special people, but I need merch. And not talking about like, oh, just do calendars and stamps and things. I need ideas for merch for like a shirt or a hat or whatever. But I don't think I stream enough as much to have sayings I would say. Like I used to say Dick Jones a lot in video games whenever I would like jump through something. And if you know, you know. You know where that's from. No, it's completely fine. You have your focus on 4 or 5 things. Thank you, Akileska. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Oh, that's true. That's true. I are feel special person. I don't think they can see the no context Tommy in the other chats. I'm in danger. There's that one. I'm in danger. Cthulhu, thank you for that.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Thank you for that too. Yeah, this is the fun stuff you can do in the other chat, Akileska. I'm not saying leave where you're at right now. I like this one to be active as well. I just don't know how to add that stuff to the chat you're in. I know how to do it in Purple app in the Twitch, just not in Twitch, just not in the talkie ticks of the ticks of talks. Oh, that's a good idea. Yep, it's going to be the same name on the purple app. Same exact name. Good for you for knowing what I'm talking about. And where are you from, Akileska? You seem pretty cool. You're always like, ah, fuck, I spilled my paint. That's true. That is absolutely true. I do spill my paint often. That'd probably make a good sticker. Just like a knocked over like tub of paint and just saying, ah, fuck. My friend in Miami had one called Paint Squirts. It's only him shooting paint at his face when he squeezed a bottle to... Oh, that's funny. Or you can sell paints that pre-spilled and only a third full. I like that. That's pretty good. Northwest Territories in the Arctic Circle. No shit. That is really cool. Like, how cold is it right now? How often? I'm asking all the tourist questions. How cold is it? Do you see the Northern Lights? Have you ever seen Bigfoot? You could do a coffee can with paintbrush sticks. I like the coffee can. I would love to do a Cafe Bustelo, like the one I have here, that I use all the time for my paints. Hang on, let me pick it up and show the main chat. Hang on one second. I would love to figure out I mean, I can do it now, but my standard like paint Cafe Bustelo paint can as a shirt, but have it say Dave the Bearded Menace in the same font. I just have to find time to find. Finally, the double digits of the weather. So you're saying you've had triple digits or single digits in temperature? Because you're Celsius, I think, right? Ah, Sex and Candy. I love this version of Sex and Candy. If you haven't answered my question, Akileska, have you ever seen Bigfoot? Because I would assume Bigfoot would be up around that area mostly. Whoops. No, we have not, huh? Hang around. Maybe sometime when I'm older. How old are you, Akileska, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. I'm a stranger on the internet. You could do a coffee can with paintbrush sticking out of the top. Yep. That's an alpine portal thing, migration area. Do you think Bigfoot is a multi-dimensional being? I don't think so. I feel like Bigfoot would be a creature. A cryptid we haven't seen yet. It is very windy out there. Nah, it's completely fine. I'm 19. Always loved your stories. Well, thank you, Akileska. I'm trying to post more when I can. You think Bigfoots are government plants? Now we're getting to the good stuff. Ooh, that hit. Alright, so I think we're good with the base coat. Now, we have several colors to choose from for him. And I gotta figure out which ones I want to use for the main color. Test Discord when you get a moment. Discord break. Let's check Discord on the phones. Ooh, Christopher Cooper. What'd you send me? One of my good buddies, Chris Cooper, my mentor when it comes to haunt stuff. That's dope. Alright, let me check the Discord really quick. You know, Akileska, if you want, there it is. Oh, that is cool. Used AI for that, I'm assuming? That's cool. I like that. That is cool. I feel weird using like AI for that type of stuff. But yeah, Akileska, if you want, in my links in the bio, there is a link to join my Discord. It's not as active as it used to be. I'm trying to get more people in there, especially with telling ghost stories and things. So if you want, click the link and join it. It'd be cool to have you. I'm trying to get the community more active like I used to. But we will see. My newest one is the super secret elite known know where the mermaids are. They're real and they're being hunted and eaten for the useful and long life property. Excuse me. It's like when Victorian people used to have mummy parties and eat mummies. Yeah, I can see that being a thing. I can totally see that being a thing. I could make an emote. I'm having a real tough time making emotes for this fucking stream. I've been talking about doing emotes for like the past 5 years since 2020, and I've never made more than a couple emotes. So I do need to make emotes for this chat. Ugh. All right. Let me see the colors I want to use for Oogie. I'm probably not going to use Zandari Dust, even though it does look good. Excuse me, it's not the right color for him. And I'll show you what that color looks like. So it's either going to be the green or maybe even gray sear. I'd be more than happy to just shoot you some since I pay for Photoshop. My company pays for Photoshop and Illustrator. I just have not gotten a chance to go to do it. So if you want to volunteer, brother, I will gladly take you up on it. We can talk about what. I don't need much. I just can't think of anything good for it. I got one about the edge of interactive, the final wall, the other side of the Matrix 2. Let's go with that. How's the Arthurian Gray? Not doing too good. It's never been open. This has never been open. I can probably use this a lot better. Okay, I'm just shaking some page. Oh, excuse me. Sorry for yawning. Oh snap, Akileska joined. Cool. I just got the invite. Azar. Welcome, my friend. Glad you can join us. Yeah, I definitely gotta make that Discord more active for stuff. So everyone talkies about how we're in a simulation. This is true. Yeah, hello, that's me. So generally after my painting streams, I usually post what it looks like after I'm done in the paint stream. And then I post that later on in my Instagram or something. One of my model painting Instagrams. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, friends. This is for... Oh, ad. There's an ad. I'm going to get a drink of water. I will be right back. Don't go nowhere, friends. I always find it funny walking past Mrs. Menace when I'm getting a drink of water because she's like in chat right now on the phone. And I'm walking right by her like, hey babe, how's it going? So we can't see beyond the wall of what's going on in the actual real life, so no one here can rescue people from being killed by other giant bugs. What? Cthulhu, you be easy, brother. You have yourself a good night, my friend. I will see you in the next one. I should be streaming on Tuesday, so I will see you then, my bro. Before you go, because now you've given me the conundrum, considering what Oogie Boogie looks like, neon green or one of these grays, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to pick. Because I do like what Jen said about doing the gray and then making the neon his coat. That is cool. But the other color I've seen for him online is green, primarily. Especially when looking up the color scheme before I went live. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's yellow card. But I will be back on Tuesday. Definitely. I'm not leaving yet. I'm just seeing who's in the streams and what color I should paint this guy. Because I'm confused now. I had an original idea. Now that idea is long gone. And I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. Whatever. So yeah, definitely conundrum. I want to do 8 colors and know what color to do. Because now Cthulhu threw that wrench in my spine. Let's take a look. I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm not going to paint anything. But here's Oogie Boogie. I'm the Oogie Boogie man. I just paint like a base of the gray. The German gray. You can still see the difference between the black eyes and him. Which is what I like about German gray. I'm going to do cross hatching. I'm probably going to start in the belly first. That's going to take for possibly some time. Let me get some of these little details out of here. Hang on. But I just don't know what color I want to do for his main color. Because he does show up green a lot in media. Because he starts off green in the song when we first meet him. So that does make the most sense. But he's supposed to be some type of funky gray. Like a burlap color. And I just feel... I know what we'll do. Because I'm not sure the texture, I'm not sure the consistency of the fluorescent green. Hang on, let me really do some coverage on some of this stuff. So I'm not sure the texture, I'm not sure how the fluorescent green flows. So I'm going to do some cross hatching on my knuckle. And we'll see what it's going to look like. with the neon green. Because I want to do it, but I feel like the neon greens would be very like not as viscous as I want it to be. Haley, long time no see. How you been? Happy Halloween, Haley. Okay, so I got the piece I need to get. Good. Hang on. I have not gotten the pieces I need to get. Okay, good. Gosh darn it, that's why the paint keeps on peeling off his stomach. He keeps on falling forward. There we go. Alright, good. Excuse me. Okay, let's do some cross-hatching on my glove. Because it's roughly the same gray color as Oogie Boogie, more or less. So we'll do some cross-hatching on my glove, and we'll see how we go from there. Oh, it's fine, man, better man. Perfect, okay. Again, I don't know the consistency of the fluorescent green. Now, the fluorescent green will be dope, I think, honestly, on Oogie Boogie. Because I put it under black light, you'll fucking glow and it'll look cool. But I just don't know the consistency, so we're going to test it out really quick on my glove and see how it flows. If I can do some nice, cool looking cross-hatching on my glove. If we can do good cross-hatching on my glove, then we'll do Oogie Boogie in this fluorescent green cross-hatched, because I think he will look hot now that Cthulhu brought it up. Problem is I don't know what to paint the rest of him, like his jacket and stuff, because I don't think I have anything else that glows or is fluorescent that will look good. I have a fluorescent blue. I have a green wash. Yeah, I don't have anything else that's really fluorescent. But we're going to try it, see what it looks like. We won't know until we try it. Ooh, that is really fluorescent. I'm curious now. All right. So we're going to do it on the glove and see what it looks like. No glove, no love. And we're just going to go with it. Butterfly, sugar, baby. I mean, it looks like we could. No, I don't think. Yeah, it flows too much. I need something a little bit. It looks cool. It'll definitely glow in the dark. I don't think it's enough for me to do Oogie Boogie's whole vibe on it. Hang on, let me see. If I use a little more, I'm just basically seeing what it looks like doing the cross hatching. I mean, I guess I could. It's tough. It's going to be really tough to do it on this. Because again, it's way too just milky. I don't know. Now we're going to see if we can do it with the gray. It's already 12:06. We've been on for almost 2 hours. We're probably going to call it the next couple minutes. I don't know how much more I'm going to do of Oogie Boogie. Let's see. Now, it's possible my technique just sucks, so it doesn't matter which paint I go with, it's still going to have like the same look when I try to crosshatch it. So let's see. No, this one's a little better. Yeah, this one flows better. Yeah, this flows a lot better. I can get much better lines as long as I keep it nice on the edge. Alright, we're going to do the gray. Yeah, I think we're going to do the gray. And I might do the advice Mrs. Menace said about using the neon green for his jacket. And that might be the better bet. But yeah, the technique works a lot better with the gray paint than it does Oogie Boogie. So okay, we're gonna use the gray paint, and that's Arthurian gray, so we know for next time. Let's get more out, and we'll do his head, and then we'll just call it a night. We'll see how far we can get with his head. Gray here we put back. We'll put Arthurian gray on deck. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I hope anyway, because I haven't done cross-hatching before on a model. But I want to give him detail, so I'm hoping this works. So, fuck it, we're doing it live. How's it gonna be when you don't know me? Don't look you in the eye. Cause I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. So I think the cross hatching is going to work to give the stitching and him more texture, I think. We're going to find out when I do the other half of his face and head. That does look kind of cool, actually. Not gonna lie, it does look kind of cool. gonna do the best I can. I've seen other artists do it, I just don't know how they do it. Kind of works. Mm-hmm. It does look like it gives them like that crosshatch, like burlap look too. I'm gonna have to go back in there with like a little pieces of gray to like darken it a little bit. But I think it kind of works. I guess it does kind of give them the texture we're looking for, or I'm looking for, kind of, sort of. I think that more or less gives me the texture I'm looking for. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's there. All right, let me do the back of his head, but I think this is it. I think I kind of got it for the most part. I mean, it might have been a better idea to go with a smaller brush, but we're here now. So I kind of can't do that. But I think... because my whole thing is I just want to give him texture, and that's it. Cool. Alright, so I think that gave me the texture I'm looking for. Let's do the back of his head and see what we got. Ow. And we're just gonna do his head. And we're gonna call it a night. It's already midnight where I'm at, it's a little late. I just want to vegetate in front of the TV, maybe hell dive a little bit. Do some Street Fighter 6, I'm not sure yet. But I will be back on Tuesday, so don't you guys worry. And we'll continue more of Oogie Boogie. One of these things is not like the others. Come on, man. Hang on, let me wet the brush. She's not doing good. Yeah, the front looks good. The front has that detail, but just something's up, though. I gotta darken certain parts somehow. Jack, I thought you were dead. Skink's dead. Can't read all the time. I kind of sort of have it. I don't know. I'll look at it again tomorrow with some fresh eyes. I'll post photos of it in the Discord. I'll take like better photos of it tomorrow to post on Instagram so you guys can see it. I was probably better off grabbing like a smaller detail brush rather than using the brush I have now, but whatever. That's where learning process comes in, right guys? I mean, I'm going to go back in there with the gray and like small detail brush to add like little tiny openings and stuff. I'm guessing. Because parts like his eyebrows could be solid. To add more of that depth to the character. They don't have to be super. But I don't know, you guys can see it in camera. He looks like he has like that depth, right? Like that texture to him. I might go back in there with like probably one of the gray colors. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the Zandari dust, because this Zandari dust right here, and this is what Zandari dust looks like without any like shading. So I'm probably gonna do that. But I think we're gonna call it here, my friends. It was a really good, fun night. Thank you for everyone who showed up tonight and hung out. We're doing an ad break on Twitch, but you know, whatever. But yeah, thanks to everyone who came out. Very much appreciated. I hope you guys had fun. But this man's going to bed. Akileska, I'm glad you had fun, my friend. Photos will go up in the Discord soon of what the finished version looks like. Hope you guys enjoy. And then better photos will go up in Instagram later on this weekend, like probably Sunday. Sunday or Tuesday, one of the two. Probably Tuesday they'll go up, since I'll be streaming on Tuesday anyway. Alright, perfect. Anyway, friends, that's it for me. Happy Halloween, my friends, for those of you still in a different time zone. It is 12:30 here, so Halloween, unfortunately, is over. Spooky season is over. The veil is closing. But I wish everyone a safe and happy Halloween. A good start to the November. And as always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the force be with you. Peace.